Welcome to a quick look at the new Crusher ANC headphones, the most immersive headphones ever made. They unlock an entirely new audio experience thanks to 3 premium technologies: adjustable sensory bass, active noise cancellation, and personal sound. These are the first and only headphones to bring these 3 technologies together. Let's talk about adjustable sensory bass first. This is a Skullcandy exclusive, and it's literally bass you can feel. Crusher ANC has new, patented drivers to make the bass even deeper and more accurate. You control it with the slider on the left ear cup. Move it down for less bass, or up when you really want to feel it. Next is the active noise cancellation. It uses several microphones to monitor your environment, and blocks external sounds to keep your music or movies crystal clear. And if you need to hear something around you, just touch the left ear cup for 3 seconds, and it'll switch into ambient mode, which turns off the active noise cancellation. The last big technology is personal sound. This tunes the headphones to your unique hearing and allows you to hear parts of your music you never knew were missing. You start by taking a quick audio test on the Skullcandy app, which will create your personal sound profile. That profile is then stored directly on your headphones to customize the sound to you. We also know that when things are wireless, it's easy to misplace them, so we added a built-in tile tracker to help you find your headphones using the tile tracking app if you ever leave them behind or someone borrows them. And that's Crusher ANC with sensory bass, active noise cancellation, and personal sound. These headphones let you go deeper into your music than you've ever gone before. Thanks for checking it out. If you're still curious, you can try out Crusher ANC and hear the difference for yourself in retail stores now.
My name is Edward Lee. I'm a photographer and filmmaker, and this is the Lytra Pro. Why should you care about this light? Well, let's dive into this full-featured, pocket-sized studio light. Now, because this is a full spectrum bi-color LED, which means I can change the temperature of the light. As you can tell right now, it's on 3000 Kelvin. I can change it all the way up to 6000 Kelvin or daylight, which is awesome because you can switch between daylight and tungsten for filmmaking. On top of it being a bi-color LED light, this thing can get bright. Right now I was at 25%. I'm gonna blast it all the way to 100. As you can tell, this thing can really act even as a key light, fill light, hair light, whatever you need to be because it's so bright. It also has full adjustability between 5% increments, so you can really adjust and shape the light just the way you need to fit your needs. This light also has a 95+ CRI or color rendering index. It just means how accurate this color is when you don't have natural lighting outside. So when using artificial light such as this one, it's super important for it to be color accurate, especially when you're filming things like skin tones, because you don't want the skin tones to have any kind of weird color shifts. That's why it's important to have a really color accurate light. Another great thing about the light output when it comes to the Lytra Pro is that it doesn't have any flicker when it's in videos. Now you guys have probably seen when you're putting the camera towards certain lights, because of the light frequency, you have that weird flicker, even though to the natural human eye it doesn't have flicker. When you go to see it in your video, it has flicker. That's because the frequencies aren't matching up. But this one, this Lytra Pro right here, you don't have to worry about any flicker happening, both in slow motion or recording in full HD or 4K. Now when it comes to battery life on the Lytra Pro, on full output, which is 100%, it will run for 45 minutes. And at low output, it can run for 10+ hours, which is pretty handy when you need just that small little fill or hair light. Next, let's talk about the build quality of the Lytra Pro. Let me just say, this little guy right here is an absolute tank. And no matter what the location or weather is, you can be sure that the Lytra Pro will deliver every single time. The hardware itself is waterproof up to 90 feet or 30 meters. Also has 2 1/4-20 mounts, both on the side of it and on the bottom of it. This is awesome because you can mount it on things like light stands, tripods, any kind of accessories when you're out on a shoot, which means you can really put this light anywhere. Another awesome feature about the hardware is that it actually has an OLED display right on the top, which allows you to see the Bluetooth connection and also what percentage the light is at and the Kelvin and the battery life. So having this OLED display on top is perfect for when you're in a dark setting and you need to see what settings your light is on. Next, let's talk about Bluetooth controls. One of the game-changing features about this little powerhouse right here is that it's app controlled. When you fire up the Litra Pro app, you can actually control the light and it gets pretty in-depth. Let me show you. So I could turn on the light, turn it on and off with the app. I can also control how bright it gets, which is amazing. I can control the light temperature straight from the app. Another really cool feature about this app is that it has a strobe mode and it has full controls over it. So I could turn on the strobe mode and control the intervals at which the light strobes, which is pretty amazing. Also in this strobe mode, I can adjust how much the minimum brightness is between each of the intervals. I can set it to a 0% minimum brightness, which gives it a full strobe effect, or I can even put it to like 25%. It kind of gives it like a pulsating effect. This is gonna be awesome for you filmmakers because you can emulate certain type of scenes. Like if you're trying to emulate a fire, you can put it to a warm color temperature and have it dim in and dim out like someone's surrounded by a bonfire. Or, you can even put some color gels on these and emulate police car lights. You could put a red one and a blue one and then emulate the car lights coming in from behind you. So this can really become the ultimate filmmaking tool, especially if you're doing a lot of kind of narrative work or storytelling. Now with it being app controlled, that means you can actually control multiple Litra Pros all at once as well. Why does that matter? Because when you have them all connected under one device, you can control the color temperature, the color brightness. You can even group them, set your own presets, and name the specific lights depending on what shoot you're on. So really, through the app, you have full control whether you're using one Litra Pro or multiple Litra Pros on any given shoot. Now, last but not least, the Litra Pro is awesome for its versatility. There are barn doors, honeycomb, color gels, softbox. Really, you can use it as a key light, a hair light, a fill light. The things you can do with this light is pretty unmatched. And because of all those accessories that you can mount onto the Litra Pro, in such a small footprint, you can bring this light to any shoot and have professional studio lighting that fits in your pocket. Now, the people over at Litra really stand by the Litra Pro. They've won countless awards with this light. They also have their own factory, and they really just want to take care of the users who use this light.